All right, guys. So on the last video, I kind of explained how to go through one of these problems. Now I'm actually going to do a couple. So let's start with radical 243. So you're trying to break this down into a product of radicals, at least one of which is one of these perfect squares. Okay, so when you have no idea what goes into 243, start with these smaller perfect squares and you're just putting them in your calculator and dividing. So 243 divided by 4, 243 divided by 4, I get a decimal. So that means it does not go evenly. 4 does not go evenly into it. So I got a decimal. So move on to the next one. 243 divided by 9, put it in your calculator, you get a whole number, 27. So 9 works. Okay, the reason that I do that is because the square root of 9 is the whole number 3. Okay, now you're done now if none of these numbers, the perfect squares, go into 27. Okay, but I know that 9 goes into 27. Okay, and it's nice as you break these down as the numbers get smaller in the radical because 27, for example, you only have 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25 to choose from. Okay, something bigger than 27 can't go into 27. So it gets easier as you go. Okay, so I still have this 3 in front. Don't forget about him. And now 27 is a product of 9 and 3. You guys all know that. The reason I do that, square root of 9 is the whole number 3. You still have that 3 out in front. Okay, and now you have the square root of 3, okay, which can't be broken down any further. Now you multiply those two 3's out in front. Your final answer is 9 radical 3. Okay, now you may have realized at the beginning, if you tried some of the higher perfect squares, you would have seen 81 times 3 is 243, and 81 is bigger than 9, so you could have done it faster that way because the square root of 89 is not, excuse me, the square root of 81 is 9, and so you get the same answer. Okay, I did the longer way to show you if you didn't realize right away that 81 works, you still get the right answer in the end. All right, so now let's do 288. I'm going to start small. 288 looks like a number that 4 would go into, and it does. Okay, 4 goes into 288, so does 72. Okay, now I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I'm going to have to break down 72 further. So for this one, why don't we try some of the higher numbers? Okay, so I'm going to just go in my calculator. Does 16 go into 288? Yes, it does. And the larger number you choose from the beginning, the easier it will be. Okay, so since 16 goes in evenly, I'm going to do that one. Okay, so I have 16, and in your calculator, 288 divided by 16 is 18. The square root of 16 is the whole number 4, so we have 4 radical 18. You have to say, can 18 be broken down further? Can 18 be written as a product of any of these perfect squares? And you guys know 9 goes into 18, so don't forget to bring that 4 down. 18 is 9 times 2. Okay, 9, square root of 9 is the whole number 3. You still have that 4 in front. Okay, once you get down to a radical 2, you can't break that down anymore. And so the 4 and the 3 out in front multiply, we get 12 radical 2. Okay, and that one, 288, there would have been multiple ways to do it. If you went further and checked some of the bigger perfect squares, you actually would have seen that 36 goes into 288, and it may have been even easier that way. Okay, but I'm showing you that there are multiple ways to do each of these. Okay, as long as you find one of these perfect squares that goes into that radical, you can solve any of these and a lot of them in multiple different ways.